this is exactly what Jesus would do.
This is quite literally what Jesus would do.
You're never going to guess who Mayor Mamdani watched the World Cup with. It wasn't with billionaires in gold apartments with fake lions. It was at the Rikers Island prison with prisoners.
These are New Yorkers, and they will be New Yorkers when they get out of Rikers.
Namun setelah video itu beredar, sesuatu yang tak terduga terjadi. Klip Zohran Mamdani kembali viral. Sebagian orang mengaku tersentuh, bahkan tak mampu menahan air mata saat melihat momen tersebut. Namun di saat yang sama, gelombang kecaman juga bermunculan. Ada yang menyebutnya sekedar pencitraan. Ada yang menganggap belas kasih itu salah sasaran. Dan di akhir video ini, Anda akan mendengar kesaksian yang mungkin mengubah cara Anda memandang semua perdebatan ini.
Mamdani watched the World Cup with prisoners. Holy shit, he's just like Jesus. And ma'am, actual Christians have been visiting prisons for decades now without a camera crew. So every celebrity that visits a hospital or a prison is the Messiah now.
Kritik pun semakin keras. Mereka bertanya, mengapa seorang wali kota menghabiskan waktu bersama para tahanan sementara korban kejahatan justru merasa dilupakan? Apakah ini bentuk belas kasih atau salah sasaran?
Quote of the day, "These are New Yorkers," he said. "And they'll still be New Yorkers when they get out." Dignity, humanity, connection. And Mamdani supporters want you to know that roughly 85% of the people at Rikers, they haven't been convicted of anything. Yet, they're just awaiting trial for the crimes that they've been charged with. So how did they get there? Well, they just got off on the wrong train stop and now they have to deal with this pesky pending criminal trial. But what's somewhat confusing is that New York has eliminated cash bail for almost every misdemeanor and nonviolent offense in the state. So how are these lovely Big Apple residents sitting in the slammer? Well, you see, judges can only hold someone pre-trial if the charge is serious and violent, which would mean that 85% of those people in Rikers, that figure pertains to New Yorkers who were detained for serious violent crimes. So sure, let's talk about dignity. What about the dignity of the New Yorkers? Some of these men are accused of raping or killing. Where's the catered meal for them? Where's the mayor showing up, sleeves rolled, telling them that their humanity is seen?
Namun, kemudian muncul suara yang hampir tidak pernah diberi ruang dalam perdebatan ini. Bukan dari politisi, bukan dari aktivis, melainkan dari anak seorang narapidana yang berada di balik penjara itu.
In all seriousness though, Zohran Mamdani going to watch the World Cup with Rikers Island inmates means so much to me, and I'm going to tell you that as a family member of someone who's incarcerated. So my dad was arrested when my mom was 6 months pregnant with me, in front of the whole family on Good Friday. He was 50-something years old and he was slammed onto the car hood. He was an accessory for grand larceny, so he did the, fabled crime of stealing from rich people. And the biggest thing I want to talk about is how much that affected the rest of his fucking life. He was an accessory to a crime he didn't know he was committing. And that's one thing I'm going to say to a lot of Americans is there are a lot of crimes that we don't know that we're committing, accidentally or intentionally, because we have so many rules and laws and fines and penalties in place. And that's why I advocate so much for law enforcement and for the carceral system to be kinder, because at the end of all this, do you want the death penalty for unpaid tolls? Do you want the death penalty for being an accessory to a crime you didn't even know you were fucking committing? Because the way that our legal system works, if you're poor, and when I say if you're poor, I mean if you don't have family money, family lawyers, and a long line of fucking connections, because that's what this country is. If you end up in trouble, you are going to get given the DA, you're going to get given just an assigned lawyer. You're most likely going to be given a plea deal where you have to pay out restitution for those crimes that you didn't even know you were committing for the rest of your life, probably, because it's usually a very steep amount with interest. Then If you are lucky enough to get out of that situation and not end up inside of a prison with just a plea deal and on parole, you have to stick to every single fucking rule solidly. So if it comes down to letting your kids eat or paying your restitution, that is a choice you will have to make. And that was a choice my dad had to make multiple times. Don't get it twisted. I am currently working through an eating disorder caused by food insecurity during the early part of my life. That happened because my dad made a mistake. I get it. He made his choice. He made a fucking mistake. The rest of my life is affected by the fact that this man had a felony, though. And the fact that the country that he served in Vietnam, mind you, he fought for our country. And our country did not care to integrate him back into society. They didn't care that after he was on probation, that he had a family that he was trying to still provide for, that he had a child that he was still trying to take care of. I get I was later in life, kid, but like, that's the thing I think a lot of people aren't grasping when it comes to ICE enforcement, when it comes to talking about prisons and the carceral system and putting so much weight on police officers and ICE officers to make these split-second decisions and look at people as the worst of the worst. You are looking at human beings who have families, who have lives, who most likely don't even know that they're committing a fucking crime half the time, getting sentenced to death on the streets. And then when they're incarcerated in these horrendous conditions, because I remember a few times when my dad missed restitution, he got locked up. But there are too many people in jail who don't need to be there, who aren't violent, who are not trying to harm others. They are there because of a fucked up circumstance. And listen, I'm not saying my dad was a good guy, but I'm also gonna say I really would like to see more prisoners reintegrated into our society and welcomed in, because the way that people who are incarcerated get treated and their families get treated, it's hell. It is fucking hell in this country.
Mungkin inilah sebabnya kunjungan singkat Zohran Mamdani memicu perdebatan begitu besar. Sebagian orang melihat para tahanan hanya melalui kesalahan yang pernah mereka lakukan, seolah hukuman itu harus terus melekat seumur hidup. Sementara sebagian lainnya melihat sesuatu yang sering luput dari perhatian, keluarga yang ikut memikul beban, trauma, dan konsekuensi dari kesalahan itu selama bertahun-tahun. Pada akhirnya, pertanyaannya bukan lagi apakah setiap narapidana tidak bersalah, sebab keadilan memang harus ditegakkan. Pertanyaan yang sesungguhnya adalah, mampukah manusia menciptakan sistem hukum yang benar-benar adil tanpa kehilangan rasa kemanusiaan? Islam mengajarkan bahwa keadilan dan kasih sayang bukanlah dua hal yang saling bertentangan. Namun menetapkan hukum yang sempurna bukanlah kemampuan manusia. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala berfirman, menetapkan hukum itu hanyalah hak Allah. Dia menerangkan kebenaran dan Dia pemberi keputusan yang terbaik. Karena manusia bisa keliru dalam menilai, bisa dipengaruhi emosi, kepentingan, bahkan prasangka. Tetapi Allah Maha mengetahui setiap niat, setiap keadaan, dan setiap kebenaran yang tersembunyi.
Dialah sebaik-baik pemberi keputusan. Wallahu a'lamu bis-shawab.